Human connection is an important part of our lives, and romantic relationship can be the spice of life for many people. But not all relationships are meant to last forever. Today on Life Unscripted, I'll be sitting with some friends to discuss relationship deal breakers. I'm Tracy Dominic. Let's get right into it. All right. Speaking of deal breakers, you guys are welcome to my show. Thank you so much for coming. Epic. Thank you. I love you. Fedora hat.
On lockdown.
And oh, beautiful. Thank you so much for coming on my show. And thank you, you guys are welcome. Okay, so we are talking about deal breakers in relationships, right? So let me start with you, ladies first. So tell me, like, when and how would you discuss a deal breaker with the person you're dating?
Okay.
Like, when is the
First
right
off,
time for you to
I
discuss?
personally, for me, I'm speaking this out of experience. So I start off, let's say for example, I try to date. When I say date, we are not in a relationship. We are just trying to like get to know each other. Let's say for example, okay, this is like a probation period for let's say 3 months. I try to get to know you. You in return try to get to know me. So as this thing is going on, I just try to learn the kind of person you are. I'm very, very like observant. I just calm down and get to know things that you like, things that you don't like. And if at any point in time you exhibit a particular type of character, I'm not the one that will be like, oh, this thing, blah, blah, blah. I'll just keep calm, like I'll take time. And then if something that is repetitive, I keep going on and on about it, that's only when I'll tell you, okay, guy, this particular thing, I don't think this thing is all cool. And the only time I will react is when your response to this, if most guys will be like, they'll feel adamant about it. They'll be like, oh, maybe. I just don't know how to
Hey,
say
it's
it,
just
but
me,
yes,
I
most of
can't
them will be
change.
like, it's just me. And then the one thing that pisses me off is when they tell you, oh, it has to do with their star sign. They'll be like, I'm a
Oh.
Leo, I'm a Leo,
And
I'm the
Leos
alpha
behave that
male.
way.
Yes, I'm the alpha male. This is me.
Okay. So what would you do in that situation?
Honestly, at that situation, if it's something that I can condone with them, fine. But if it's something that I cannot, that's when I start taking myself off. That's why I tell you that I try to like date someone for a particular period of time, and then if I feel like, okay, that the good parts of you is bigger than the bad parts, I'll be like, okay, fine, we can make this up. But if the red flags is just there shooting, I just try to pull
So
myself.
what if in a situation when you've already fallen in love with this person, like seriously in love, but this person is
Seriously in
refusing
love.
to change? What would you do?
Honestly, at some point in time, I believe at some point you should be able to tell yourself the truth. If you're in love with this person and you see that this is something that you will not be able to deal with in the future, I strongly advise people. I will strongly advise myself to learn how to detach myself from this person.
Yeah.
Honestly, because it's better that there's this thing that my sister always tell you, that a broken relationship is better than a broken marriage. If you know that you cannot deal with this, why not stop it while you still can? It's not when you're now married, you'll be living a life full of compromise. You know that marriage is full of compromise, but you choose your devil, Abi. You choose the one that you know you can deal with. That
So
is it.
okay, what are your deal breakers in relationships?
Okay, I have a lot of things anyway, but I think I would not even be in a relationship if already those things are in place and I'm seeing them. Just like she said, I would. I think have a very big heart. First of all, I fall in love easily, so
Okay.
getting to blend with people is not a problem. But I notice I like smart people, and then smart people also tend to do things for themselves, and I encourage that and support that. But the deal breaker for me there is when you grow so smart and then you become so independent in such a way that companion between us is now transactory. I don't know if this is making sense somehow. By that I mean I'd now have to, it's more like a bargain. Our relationship is now transactory in the sense that I'm scared of everything I want to say to you. I plan it out. I'm very careful. You are now so much of a boss lady of yourself. I'm now a boss man of my own. And then we're having more like a partnership as opposed to a relationship. It quickly happens with relationships where you have both partners who are very independent,
Okay.
you understand, and then they are pushing separately. I have encountered this, that's what I'm saying, you understand. I've really felt it in my relationship because I am the smart girl kind of guy, you understand. Hey, this
Okay.
girl, she speaks good English. This girl, she's pushing. She's always in that space that shows she wants something for herself. And then I'm finding a way to back her up, but with that also comes a lot of all of this whole what's it called again, your feminism
Feminism.
movement and all of
Yeah.
that. You hardly see a smart girl who is making ends meet for herself, who is somehow still needing companionship. They always
Right.
feel, yes, that you wanting a man is for the purpose of them being dependent in social in some way. You understand? So now it's a problem for me because I get a smart girl and
Okay.
I want closure, you understand? And I feel the gap somehow because she goes off to pick offense at some little things. And I found out I'm being way too careful in the way I relate with her. You understand? And
Okay.
relationships should feel really smooth for me. You
Yeah, I
understand?
feel
That's how
you.
I like it. I like to bond with my girl. You understand? I like the gum body kind of girl, actually.
Okay.
Not
So if you
overly,
want someone that
not
would
over.
like need you to
Yes,
do
I
something.
want it to be that after you're making the money you've presented in front of 1,000 persons,
Mm.
you still want to come and lie down on my arms. You understand, and let it be real.
Okay.
Not
So
because you can afford another man doing that if you want
right.
to, but because it's me you really want. You
So you
understand?
said you've encountered it. How did you handle the situation?
Once it comes to that point, if I get a discussion, the truth is when a girl gets to that point, it sticks. That's the real truth. It sticks. Uh, she would almost never come back to that particular part of her that I used to love. So
Mm.
once it gets to really that point, I just find okay, this girl is a career woman, and a career woman in such a way that she does not need
She does not need
relationship.
anyone.
That's quote unquote the way I probably am wanting.
So
So
you still
I
need
call
to
it
flex
quits.
your masculinity,
I call
right?
it
Let's
no, no,
go
no, no.
there, right?
Nobody they fight anybody. It's not like yeah. It has to feel natural.
Okay.
When I find myself trying to prove I'm a man all the time, that's it for me.
That's it for
Yes,
you. So
that's it
you
for me.
break up.
Yes, I call it quits. Yes.
Okay. All right, Epic. She said something about zodiac signs and the Leo kind of thing. Do you do all that? Like, is that something you consider when you're dating someone?
Okay. First, I think we humans we are um, energy fields. So as much as I don't believe in, because I think a lot of persons take hid behind those things, and instead of changing their characters and all of that, they tell you I'm a scorpion, I'm a this, I'm a that.
Okay, good.
They just keep telling you trash like this thing is in front of you. You have to like fix yourself, and you're trying to. But I think to some extent, if you're somebody that really reads astrology, I think that's the word, right?
Yeah.
You'd at some point, most of them are actually interfaced. Most of those signs, like Libra has something that Leo has a little, and all of that, all of that. It's not like I'm not a firm believer of those things because I feel we actually shape our destinies. You get so we if you're consciously building yourself as a person, I feel those things should not really play a role. I've seen liberals like in this. I'm a liberal actually. If you're going by the signs, I've seen liberals that don't have good sense of dressing, for instance. And if you're going to judge them only by their star or their sign, you'll be like, oh, this person is not really a liberal or something. So I think people should be conscious about, you know, how they interact with the next person, spouse, and all of that, and not just, put it on the stars because at the end of the day, that's not the bigger chunk. The bigger chunk is you working on yourself to be compatible with whoever you're with.
So what would be your deal breaker?
Okay, first, I think um, what, okay, I think our environment, how we grew up, affects what our deal breaker. People that were raised by single parents will not act the same way people that had a father figure and a mother figure would act. It might not be glary, but in most cases, you would see it playing out in some chunks. So, growing up, I one of my deal breaker is someone who is not neat. If you're disorganized, you're not clean, it's a no-no for me. Like I can't just deal. And the fact is, I wasn't always like that. It's from my parents. When I was little, once you come back from school, you wash your school uniform, they no burn you well. Like every day. My mom will tell you if it gets old, I'm the one that bought this one, she'll buy another one. So you don't use the excuse that it's clean, nice. So it's become a part of me that that's like irritates me a whole lot. And somebody who can just like come back, throw your shoes here, throw your I just cannot deal with. And I think it's part of the reason why I don't just for most guys could just see a girl at ShopRite, walk up to you, hey babe, next morning they're checking you. It's not me. I can't do. I don't know how to do it.
So how do you
So first
feel?
we have to be friends.
Okay.
Like just like what she said, but maybe a little bit different because she said we have to date. So I don't know in quotes what dating for her means. But friends for me, I feel getting to know you. Like at that point, you don't even know in your head, self, you don't even know if I'm going to ask you out or not. Getting to know the real you when you're angry, when you're calm, when you're like how you react to things and all of that. Now it's now left for me to put you in a box. Is this person going to just be my friend? Am I going to date this person? Am I going to you get? And sometimes I think the longest has been 2 years.
Friendship.
Yes, before I ask person out.
Really? So so wait,
I said the
2
longest.
years.
2 years, yeah.
What about I know some ladies will like assume like I don't get a ball. So you leave them in that darkness. You don't get to communicate
Well,
with them.
if
That
you
it's
say
just
if
friendship.
you say darkness, because at that point I'm not actually asking you to commit. I'm
But
not
there is a bond.
demanding that you didn't take my calls, you didn't
Okay.
do that, you didn't. You get? I'm actually not the person that demands anyway, but I expect you to just respect me, like you know what to do, like what you would do, what you not do to your father, no do them to me. That's what I expect you to. Even though a lot of persons would not get the hint anyway, but for me, I feel I just leave you, just be yourself, like I said. It could be lesser, it could be I just said the longest has been 2 years. It could be less than that, it could be more than that. You could be there forever. Well, the thing is, I just take my time because relationship, I don't think it's something people jump into
Yeah.
this week. Next
Okay.
week you're already out.
Why in a situation where maybe you're still taking your time and maybe the lady, some other guy comes up and she has left you and then you realize that you actually love this person. So what would you
Yes,
do?
yes, it actually happened. It happened actually.
Oh, okay.
And at that point, I'll tell myself, they said there's this saying that there's a quote for everything, whatever it used to be, the good, the bad, you always find something to back it up. So I just tell myself that we have 7 billion people on Earth.
Oh, so
Why
you
this
move
one
on,
person?
right?
So for me, it's always, I feel I'm someone who believes in the universe a lot. So I feel somehow the universe has something better for me. My career, how I grew up, everything is just been like that. So I don't feel there is anybody who is indispensable. I feel okay as awesome as you are, or as good as you are. You are an aspect. You are blah blah blah. All of that make a good wife. But I don't feel it ends with you. You get? I feel there's an energy field everybody taps from, and I would get lucky.
Just the universe for everything. And it's about not knowing what dating means for you. So can you clarify that? Like, what
Okay,
does dating
so-
mean for you?
For me, when I said when most people don't understand, as a girl or as a lady growing, because girls, you're not even supposed to be dating, you're still a girl. So as a lady in her prime, so in most cases you get to people like you that will say, okay, we are in a friendship, or you friend zone the girl for as long as 2 years. Not as much as I see a guy, we are ladies, you go out every day and then you see someone that you like. The same day you can run into another guy that you like, and all of these people, they are trying to like get to know you. Personally, when I say this, I don't mean like we are going out or we are doing the do, but we just like we know that we really really like each other. You're attracted to me and vice versa. So we just casual dates. We go out, eat lunch, dinner, conversate, talk. Most cases sleep out, and then if
Sleep out like on the field, though. I don't know. Now you said
no,
sleep out.
most
so I'm
cases
trying
like
to-
sleepover.
sleepovers. Okay.
Sleepovers happen.
And then nothing happens.
And
that's
no,
right.
you're two consenting adults.
Right.
If you feel like something will happen, then that's fine. If you feel like something cannot happen, then what I'm trying to say is that at that period of there is no attachment. Like you are my boyfriend, you're my girlfriend. You don't.
So you don't have a problem if the person is seeing someone else.
No, I don't have a problem if the person seems at that point in time. I don't have a problem.
You're also measuring with that as well. That
calm down. You're also measuring with that. I am allowed to, if I have another guy that I'm talking with, I am allowed to talk with them and then with you. But at any point in time that both of us decide to be exclusive, dating each other, okay, you like me, you really, really like me, and you're ready to forsake every of other your girlfriends or any of other people that you're talking to, and you're ready to start up a new relationship with me, I know that we are all in.
Okay, so in that case, when you're dating several persons, do you let each one of them like
Get to know each other. No.
get to know that you're
Or they collide?
No.
Okay, so you do
You know that there are other men in my life. There are other men that I'm talking to. I use the word talking to. I'm talking to them, but I'm talking to someone, but we are not. I just give myself the respect of trying not to sleep with all of them at the same time. I don't sleep with you as I'm doing this. I don't sleep with any of them, because when sex is attached, you get to sex messes up a lot of things, and you be like, you'll be feeling like it's love when it's actually infatuation. So it's when you now date. I use date, talk to at that particular point in time, I feel like I really, really like this person. I really want to take this to the next level. And I'm someone that is very open. If I really like you at that point, I'll be like, guys, see, I like you, and we've been talking for a long period of time. If this thing is mutual, why not you go into it? If you feel like it's not mutual, then I move on with my life.
Some guys actually, they know that it's mutual and they love this person.
Like you said, if you're stalling, if you cannot, I'm a star. Look at me. You cannot keep me. You cannot leave me to be your friend. You cannot leave me to be your friend for 2 years. What are we doing? You talk to me for 2 years.
It depends.
For me, I believe I'm an adult enough as to quickly figure if somebody is my type enough.
He's not calling you adult. You're not attacking.
No. People have different opinions and different approaches. I can't be with a girl. 1 month is even too much, depending on how quickly we see, how often we meet, or how often we see. You understand? If she's really around, or I am really around, then it might take some time. But if somebody I know I see like twice or 3 times a week, in 2-3 weeks to a month, I think it's enough for me to really find out what I think I need to find out, to ask her out. What I like. For me, seated here now, I know to a great enough extent, if you are my type, if she is my type, like close to 40%, just by sitting with you girls.
Okay, so what if that person you're eyeing is like Ella, that
okay, I'm actually eyeing her.
That is talking to different people. So how long would you pursue her?
I don't chase for long, because if the feeling is mutual, there wouldn't be a need for so much chase. That's what I believe. You understand? I don't chase for long. I don't chase all up to the level of embarrassing myself. There are guys who stalk girls and piss you off so seriously. You understand? So I think there is this thing about humans that make you know if somebody is into you or not. You understand? If Ella is into me, I think I would know somehow. It starts with probably I invite her over for a hangout, and the way she turns up, probably with ease. Even when she's declining, she would decline respectfully. You understand? Without really giving me the mean face. You understand? It's an adult thing. If you get to that point, you would feel it. You understand? So it starts with it for me. So if the feeling is mutual, you understand? So what's the problem? Yeah, all these things they take time. I don't know why on one car and
it takes time for some persons. It does take time.
My mom always tell you when a man sees what he likes, he doesn't stall.
Exactly.
He goes for it.
The truth is, if it's going to break, it will. It's so much time doesn't even really do so much.
Yeah, I get it.
You understand? People change. Society. The AGK I was 2 years ago is not the AGK I am now. So if you dated me 2 years ago because of that AGK 2 years ago, you're breaking up with me now. You understand? So I just feel the thing is, are we growing together and making adjustments together? At some point, commitment would set in, mixed with love and all of those fancy things in the relationship. But largely, you become so fond of yourselves, you've known so much of each other, that even your mistakes are not a problem anymore. That's why you see some people hanging around in a relationship where it's almost as if they are being abused, and somehow they are pushing through. That is not to say I'm saying that's okay, but a lot of persons have come in the relationship, come to that particular point where they can actually grow with your problems. You understand? I'm that kind of guy. I love easily. That doesn't mean I say again I'm in love and then I'm taking you home. No. I don't have so much things before I fall in love. I don't even date for long and all of those things. If I see you 40% like today, I already like you. We talk tomorrow, we'll hang out 1 month or something like that. I'm asking you out. You understand?
Okay.
Sometimes
Okay.
self now because the truth is the truth is
I'm saying like that is
no,
that
the
is
truth
highest
is,
and high.
see, forget. The truth is, there are times you come across somebody that you just hits it for you. As if man, this the girl, and as she's just that girl for me, she's just that girl for some other guy, and this is just like a fight. Everybody wants this good thing,
It's a tug of
and I
war.
quickly want
It's
to
a
get
tug
it
of
before someone
war.
else gets
Okay,
it.
we are still talking on deal breakers. In
Yes.
relationships. Some women see cheating as a deal
Oh.
breaker for them. So,
If you
over
want
to
to
you,
talk to
Ella.
me, talk to me direct.
Would cheating be a deal breaker
It
for you?
is a deal breaker because I am, in as much as I'm doing gra, I am a lover of love. I love love. And if I'm all in, I'm all in for you. I don't look like, if I'm dating a particular guy, other guy is like mumu. Like if I'm looking at you, I don't feel attracted to you. Every other person is like a background. So, and if I'm giving myself wholly, fully to you, and at some particular point in time, I realize that you're also entertaining another girl, that is it. Honestly, that is
Like
it.
when you say entertain another girl can mean
Sexually.
giving girl attention, right? Okay,
Sexually.
Okay.
Sexually. Sexual
So you call it
entertainment.
kiss when you
Genital
get-
meat. That is
when
not
you
my
get
own
your
genital.
potential partner
Yes,
cheating
I
on you,
will. I
no matter
will,
how much
honestly.
you love that
No matter
person.
how much
So
I love
why
that
do you
person.
think some women actually stay in this relationship where they're
Honestly,
giving
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Most times I just try to wrap my head around it. But for me, I've always been like, I know a lot of relationships that I've cut off just because of what I saw, because of what I read.
Okay.
But then again, I'm still asking myself, if tomorrow I get married and my husband shits, what will I do? Because this, like, when you have kids, you have
Yeah.
children, and I'm from this kind of family that my parents are still together up until today. I don't know what happened or whatever my mom saw while we were growing
Right.
up, but they're still together and they still love each other very much. And I wouldn't want a situation whereby I'll have to split up with my husband just because I saw him, he cheated. He has, so I still ask myself that, and I'm just praying to God to give me the forgiving spirit, because at that point in time, I will want to forgive him just for the sake of the children, because I wouldn't want my kids to grow up in a broken family. But in as much as all of that,
You're
I'm
not
still
seeing the same
praying.
way.
I'm still praying that he
That it will
doesn't
never
shit.
happen,
I'm still
right?
praying because I don't want to be in that kind of situation. Honestly, I don't.
I pray you won't be in that kind of situation.
Amen. No.
Epic. So there's some men, they find pleasure in having more children.
Why will you say we find pleasure?
Yes.
This is a temptation.
Some, not all.
Okay.
Some men. So why do you think men feel the need to have side piece, side cheek,
Side
lucky
hen.
partner, so many different things? Why?
Well, I think sometimes it has to do with fulfillment when you're not getting fulfillment in a relationship. There's this thing that happens with a lot of couple when you start dating somebody. In as much as HK said something, you don't want, when you say things, you don't want it to look like you're walking on eggshells. But other times, there's some corrections you're trying to make in your partner you don't like, and he or she, or he in this case, she in this case, is not taking this correction. You get? For example, if you're somebody who doesn't like your wife keeping gossiping friends, for example, it might not be a thing, but I'm just giving you an example here. You've tried to, break her away from this set of persons a whole lot of time, and it's not working. At that point, you naturally start feeling like maybe it's because you're not talking to someone else, or are you doing too much, or something like that, and someone else starts taking your attention from that point. So I think it stems from not being fulfilled in the family. You're not getting peace when you get home. Your wife stopped dressing sexy like before you got married to her. What a lot of things. But I'm just giving you the basics. Especially this one I said, not dressing sexy. A lot of women, once they are married, they feel like, and I'm just one D. So that thing that attracted the husband, they say whatever you get a fish with, you try to keep that fish with whatever you caught the fish with. So I think women should also watch out for whatever they feel entices their husband. I feel couples should come and have this discussion. What am I not doing right? What am I doing right? Every now and then, 3 months, 6 months, whatever works for both of you, but have this discussion. Need them one shot, this, that, you're adding. You know, a lot of women, when you say they are adding, it's not like you're body shaming them or anything, but there's something that attracted you. You marry a slim girl, tomorrow she's very fat. And for you, this does not sexually attract you. And you're trying to like, okay, babe, see, let's be going to the gym. I know, okay, you have this. Okay, I'll be taking care of the kids. I'll prepare the kids for school. You know, you try to shed off some load so that she would, but she is not even willing
Okay.
to do
So
that.
you're saying in that case appearance can actually make you
Yes.
divert the attention to
Of course.
someone else. Is that also true in
Mm,
your case?
well, it's
Or
a
you think?
thing. It's a thing for me, but it's not all the things. You understand? When it comes to cheating, cheating is a very difficult subject to talk about in a relationship. And probably what I might say now could, trigger off some emotion in some people. But I'd say it regardless. Okay, like for me, I'm the slim girl kind of guy, the flat tummy girl kind of guy, the tall girl kind of guy, like all of those fancy things you say. But that being said, you still find out a lot of guys who cheat, or when we guys cheat. So I would include myself. So when we guys cheat, it's not just only because of that. Largely, it's not even because of that. You understand? Because you see even married men, very beautiful wife, and they're cheating with somebody who is less in beauty and less in intellect, less in everything you can think of. Even in the sex, she's not even so good in bed. It's not about it. I tend to approach this from a biological perspective.
Okay.
That is not to make it okay, but I want to argue that that's a thing to be talked about. You understand? From a creative standpoint, we're beings, we have intellect. That's why we can conduct some things sensibly. But from a biological standpoint, there is this drive in men to want women. I have a friend of mine whom, he was doing all of this. We're in a girl discussion session. You understand? And he likes babes. He's married and he likes babes. I was like, no more, your wife is fine. Oh my God. What thing they look for? And then he said in our language in Igbo, "Komaloma ojolonjo." You understand? As she's fine. Is she ugly? As she's tall, is she short? There's this thing that is almost biological. That I want to argue that it's biological in men
Okay.
to want to, spread their tentacles. It is in men to like girls, different kind of girls. You understand? It's a drive that even sometimes when you are willing to stick with your partner, you notice this drive still calling on you.
So
You
the
understand?
biological aspect justifies it.
No,
That's what you mean.
that's what I'm trying to say. Now, because it's biological doesn't mean we should now go on with it, but it should be recognized. That's what I'm saying. There are so many things that are natural that we work on. Like my hair, I'm looking bushy, and I want to go and barb after now, but it will go again. You understand? I'll keep barbing and keep barbing and keep barbing, but nature still insists at some point. It persists. You understand? So what I mean by that is women tend to balance it off when they talk about cheating with men. And I always argue that it's not the same thing. Personally, I argue with my girl till date. In fact, I bring it as a topic at home and we'll talk about it largely. You understand? It is easier for a woman to stay faithful than it is for a man to stay faithful. Even though, in my own perspective, please, even though women get more heat than men get. You understand? But I used to argue that female sexuality rather is satisfactory and male sexuality is exploratory. Just by design, that's my argument. You understand? Because if a woman I have dated a lot of girls. I'm old, so I've dated quite a number of girls. So and I have seen that if a girl is satisfied with you, probably financially, your skill wise and physically and whatever, if she is really satisfied with you, it's easier for her to settle. You understand? Most girls, they easily settle. Like, I've gotten what I'm looking for in a man. So what's the point? You understand? Like like she said. So, but guys don't seem to have a settling point. It's even when you truly settle as a guy, you're always controlling it.
So
When you get a guy who doesn't cheat, he is always controlling it.
So you said it's easier for men to cheat, less easier for women.
No,
to cheat,
I'm not
right?
easier for men to cheat. They wanting to
The
cheat.
biological aspect.
The desire to.
So
it's easier for women because 1,000 guys would hit on her before she walks out of this place. You understand? So she can
so
easily
have
just
you been in a situation where your girl cheated, and what did you break up with her, or did you remain in
has
the
anybody
relationship?
cheated on me? People don't easily cheat on me. I don't know. Maybe I'm too hot for me to be cheated on.
Okay,
I
so
don't
you've
look
not
hot.
been in that situation,
No, I've not
right?
been. Who has cheated on me? I don't
So
think
has
anybody
any
has.
girl ever broken up with you for any reason
Yes,
whatsoever?
yes, yes.
What was that reason?
It wasn't because I was too uptight. I was always
Okay.
asking her, "What's your goal for today?" You know, that
So
kind
you're
of
the
stuff.
serious kind of
Yes,
person.
then
You've not
and that
let
was
her breathe.
she was breathing.
Because she's alive.
Yeah, she was breathing, but I was overly goal oriented
Yeah,
with
and
her.
that was
There
not
was
it for her.
I removed almost all the fun in the relation, and she's this kind of girl that even before she kisses you, she wants to dance into it.
Yeah, right.
You understand? Yes, and she has the control. You understand? I met her a virgin actually, and but even without that control, she they threaten me all the time. Small thing, don't laugh again. You want to, you know. So I was like, now there has to condition yourself.
Yeah.
You understand? So,
She
but
was a
she's
free
that kind of
spirit.
girl, and every day when she comes and meets me, I'll be like, I want to see. I bought her this small sticky notes every day. So the person I'm asking her is like, what's your goal for today? The
So
girl
she
said,
had to call it
I'm not her
because
type. I
you were
beg.
so
I'm too serious. Now, what's the big deal in not knowing what's going to happen tomorrow? So she broke up.
All right, so you have the rampant thing going on domestic violence and being physical, abusing your partners physically. Why do you think some men actually feel the need to? What would make a man, to hit it? What would make a responsible man to hit a lady?
Mhm.
I don't think I don't think I can answer that question because I always tell myself I'll never hit a woman. I don't see any reason why I would hit a woman unless in self-defense. I don't see myself hitting a woman. All my siblings, even growing up, the girls, I never touched even the males for one day. Apart from my immediate younger junior brother, that we always normal thing growing up. But to the point where I could, logically decipher things, I never touched anybody. I feel you can always get through to people by talking. Anything talking cannot do, for me, I think it's a quit. You just walk away.
Okay,
You
so
get so I
if he's hitting a woman, like he's not responsible. There are some men that, according to them, out of anger. So what do you think? What do you think in that situation? What do you think he would do?
I'll run, no, honestly,
but
because
I
I cannot be in the same space when a man is hitting me. At that point in time, I will not try to fight because obviously I'm a woman. I don't have the same physical strength to start. In most cases, I'll
some
be
women
like,
are stronger than men.
no,
No?
forget it. Me personally, I'll be like, man, the never born man will go hit me. Say if you hit me, I'll break your head. But come to think of it, if fight is to break between me and a guy, I cannot actually defend myself without even if there is knife safe to bring knife to hit. I don't think I will be able to. I have it in me to stab a man in cold blood. So if I find myself in that situation, I'll try to just remove myself from that environment immediately. Do you understand? But I'm praying to God. Honestly, I am someone I pray. I pray and then I just pray. I don't want to find myself in this kind of situation because it is bad. I've seen a lot of women, I've seen a lot of people lose their life, lose their mental health just because they are married to a man. And they don't want social media to laugh at them. They have a lot of things at stake and they will just stick. They will stay there and they will be covering up. Personally, I know a woman. I do her makeup all the time, and she has not. It was only just one day I was supposed to do her makeup, and then I came to her house to do her makeup, and she had to put this all over. She started telling me, "Put more concealer, put more concealer." Like I was doing her makeup, and I was crying inside my heart. Like my hands were shaking. I was just like, "How do?" And very wealthy woman, very rich. We see their house loaded, but you are dying in silence. I don't know. I don't know how to tell her, "Madam, you need to leave your marriage. It's not in my place." But that was just I was just saying in my heart. Is it not better you leave while you still can? Do you want to go back to your father's house and cops? Do you want them to carry? But then again, it's not. I'm a young girl.
Yeah.
I'm a young girl, so I don't feel like I'm in the right position to advise her.
Okay, so we're rounding up now. So coming down to friendships as deal breaker, what would make you end a friendship? Maybe a long term friendship. What would be a deal breaker for you?
Lie. Don't lie to me. I'll always
Lies,
find
just
out.
lies.
That's for me. That's like number one. Don't lie to me, and don't take me for an idiot. Same thing. Because I like to keep. I don't have much of friends, but when I make a friend, I just like you be my close friend. I will tell you everything, and then I expect you to return the favor. But then again, when you start lying about unnecessary things, it pisses me off. And if I have a friend, I always like place you above every other thing. You can call me up when I'm at work and I'll pick your call. But if I feel like you're not reciprocating this, you're not reciprocating the love or the friendship, and then I feel like I'm the one giving the whole friendship so much energy,
Step
I'll
back.
call it, yes, I'll call it, I'll call it love.
What about
Okay. I think I share what she said also. I hate lies. You understand? And then so many other things. But if the
Okay.
things are in place, you wouldn't even be my friend in the first place. Like you're not neat. You're
Okay.
disrespectful. You don't have the smart head I like and all of that. So if you don't have all of those, you wouldn't even be my friend. You understand? So if you're my friend, presumably you already have that. You understand? So, but a little bit more accommodating than normal.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
I think I have a little bit of an incubation period where there is a space for adjustment because people are not perfect. You understand? But there's also an extreme case, and when it gets to that point, in anything, it could even be just by discussion. I feel you run your mouth too much without caring. It's enough for me to say no. I think I made a mistake choosing you as a friend.
And you let the person go. All right. What about you, Epic?
No, I don't think I have anything. Everybody's my friend, unfortunately.
Everybody cannot be your
No, everybody is
friend.
my friend in the sense that I feel I have every kind of person in my life.
Okay.
When I mean every kind of person, literally every kind of person. And we vibe at that different level. You could be a whatever, we vibe. The thing is, unless you're talking about close
Yeah,
friend.
friendship.
Yeah, you're talking about close friends. Okay, well, from what TGK said, I think I share the same bias in what he said. But if you're talking about generally, you know, a lot of times that people are your friend or people, say this guy is my friend. But in your own words, you're not their friend. I don't know if you
Yeah.
get. So, in that case, I'll tell you that I'm everybody's friend. But when you're talking about, in fact, I know I wouldn't put it closed off that way. I would say I have people I talk to for different things. I know who to talk to for whatever the situation is. So, there are people that just have one or two friends that everything is on them, everything is on. But I know who to talk to if it's this, who to talk to if it's. So I feel that way. I don't overladen my friends to start with. There's a way you box somebody, you become a burden. Even though when the person is not outrightly complaining, but inside them somehow they're avoiding you. You get so I think having a lot of people you talk to, for different things helps as well. So I think everybody is my friend.
All right. Thank you so much, Epic, for getting into it. Thank you, beautiful Ella. Thank you, Ejika. It's been wonderful having you guys on the show. I've enjoyed chatting with you guys.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you to you, viewers, for joining us on the conversation this afternoon. Please, the discussion did not stop here. You can go on and tell me what you think in the comment section below. Tell me what are your deal breakers in relationship. What would you call it quick for? I would like to know. All right. Until next time, right here on Life Unscripted, I'm Press Dominic. Bye bye.